Well, good morning. It's Lady Nadine here. Now, I need to start by first of all apologising. I wasn't able to make it with you last Sunday. I'm afraid the snow caught the better of us and we were snowed in completely. But I'm back this week and with something very exciting to share with you. I know I was going to be talking about murders this week, but I'll leave that for next week. Today, I've got something I want to share with you. It's very different to everything I've spoken about, all the whimsical things of the past. This is something very, very important. Yes, I will talk for longer, and I do apologise, but please bear with me. It is important. So, what's it all about? Well, this is about a potentially exciting new benefit from tea drinking. Now, I know that sounds very exciting, very interesting, but before I tell you about that, let me just set the scene. Prior to my life here in Victorian England at Aunt Martha's, I was still a historian, teaching in schools and on historic sites. And one of the questions that I got asked more than any, especially by children in school, why do we need to study history? It's boring. It happened in the past. It doesn't have any bearing. Well, if it's taught right, it shouldn't be boring. History is many things: disgusting, grotty, revolting, funny, not boring. Yes, it's in the past, but it's by studying the past we can learn for our future. The past can help us. And what I've got to tell you about today takes inspiration from the past, from our Victorian time. I'm very sorry to say that there are a lot of people in our modern world who are on the scrap heap of society. It sounds an awful thing to say, but they are, and they need help. So, who are these people? Well, you've got young people who, for whatever reason, haven't engaged with education, with the need for all these lessons, and have ended up coming out of school without adequate qualifications to take any sort of meaningful job in society. Often, this leads to them going off the rails for whatever reason. Sometimes it can even be health issues, anxiety, depression, all sorts of things. Also, they can end up getting into petty crime. They get a record. Now, throughout all of this, they are going to find one day, they're going to wake up and realize, if I don't like the way my life is, I have got to change it. Nobody else will. Lovely. But then where do they go? What do they do? And especially if they've got a criminal record, or being a small one, the world doesn't want to know. And so they remain on the scrap heap of society. There are others who are put there for one simple reason. Somebody, somewhere, decided they were too old to work. They needed to retire. Now, some people want to retire. They're ready to retire and they've got lots of things planned and they're going to have a full and rich life. But for others, they're not ready. They don't want what retirement brings. They've still got the desire to contribute. But that's what the restrictions are. And of course, it's not just the loss of income when you retire, but it's then also that sense of being a part of something, fulfillment, satisfaction. Loneliness comes because no longer are you in a social environment. These are just some of the unfortunate people who are on our scrap heap of society. Now, I was talking about the new health benefits from tea, and this is where it comes in. We Brits are renowned the world over for our love affair with tea. It's a love affair that's been going for over 300 years. But unfortunately, it's kind of had a bit of a bad time of late. tea has been relegated to some thing, some beverage that you don't care a lot about. It was a status drink. You would choose your drink with care, as I have today. I've gone for a very simple Darjeeling, strong and black, because it denotes what I'm looking at this morning. No frills, no fuss. Now, tea has suffered. In my restaurant here, so often I will be hearing waitresses asking people, "What would you like to drink?" "Oh, I'll have a tea, please." "Which one?" Now we've got, well, at present, nearly 20. Shortly we'll have about 25 or 26 teas to choose from. "Oh, just something hot and wet." What an awful way to make a decision. Would one go into a restaurant and when asked what you'll eat, "Oh, I don't mind, just something with meat in it"? No, you would take care and choose what you felt like. Now, there are many reasons for how this has happened, and I'm not going to go into them right now. It's something I can tell you at a later date. But we Brits have always valued tea. People have poked fun at us for it, but in truth, we have a disaster. What do the Brits do? Put the kettle on and have a cup of tea. Something wonderful happens that we're excited about, we want to share. We have a cup of tea. You're feeling down, lacking in energy. Oh dear, 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 the world's woes are on your shoulder. Have a cup of tea. Friends call by. Put the kettle on, let's have a cup of tea. This has been a joke for a long time, but now it's changed. I have to tell you, there is a revolution in tea, and National Tea Day is heading this. Last year, I went along for the first time to one of their events, and as a result of it, I have been made an ambassador for National Tea Day. I am honoured, I'm delighted, and I take every opportunity to bestow the wonders of tea. And I would like to think that come the end of my life, when I look back, my ambassadorship to the National Tea will also have done good for people, not just for the tea industry. Now, the revolution in tea is all about waking people's taste buds up to the wonders of tea and its health benefits. It's now scientifically proven, what we Brits have known all along, that depending which tea you drink, it will lift your spirits when you're down. It can give you energy. It's got more caffeine in it that's easier to digest and absorb than coffee has. Other teas can calm and relax when you are stressed and anxious. There are other teas which can help with your digestion, to help absorb various minerals and things in your diet that lead all to good health. I want there to now be another new benefit from drinking tea. The way to help people off the scrap heap of society when they decide, enough, I want to get back on the rails again. Now, it's not as simple as just having a cup of tea. Or is it? I have a plan, a dream, whereby, inspired by things done in Victorian times, those people can be helped. In Victorian times, courtesy of the writings of Charles Dickens, the rich people became aware of the plight of the poor through stories like Oliver and Christmas Carol. And out of this was born a social conscience. And philanthropic people who had money and cared invested to help the poor to move up and out of where they were. To a degree, we have been doing that in other ways. Fair trade products. Just by simply choosing this group of bananas to that group of bananas, you can do good in another country. There are other revolutions started now, plastic, and so many others. But this particular revolution, this social conscience, comes for those people on the scrap heap of society. Now, I want to develop Aunt Martha's. It won't be on this site. It's not big enough, but I want to stay in and around the Forest of Dean, because there are aspects of the Forest of Dean that can also help those people. How this site expands, that will depend on what the site that we get offers. And I've got lots of ideas up here of how I can adapt the very basic idea. But fundamentally, on the surface, it will be as it is now. An authentic Victorian dining experience, where people will come here and become the rich and the famous of Victorian England in the year 1897, and they will do what was the height of fashion, take tea. But bigger, better, and behind all the bloomers and the plus fours, those young people and those at the other end of the scale will have the opportunity to train, to gain qualifications and reference, and then have help to find a meaningful job, something that they can take pride in and that they can contribute to society rather than just take from society. Now, it sounds very laudable. Some days it sounds a very big idea, and I definitely need a strong cup of tea. But I'm determined that this is what my ambassadorship, my work with National Tea Day, and my staff here that are all behind me on this can make happen. But we can't make it happen without your help. Now, don't panic and switch off and think, oh, I can't do anything. Please, just listen. How can you help? You may have a suitable piece of land in this area. Contact me. You may want to put money into this great idea. Contact me. You may have money that's sitting in an account somewhere earning nothing and you'd like it to earn more. Contact me. You may be somebody who's got someone for whom this would be the ideal help. Contact me. At the very least, share this publication today to anybody and everybody you know. I will be putting a posting up on Facebook. Share that to everyone, your boss, your friends, the lot. And send me an email of your support. All of these things will enable me to take this forward, and with your help, we can help lots of other people. Now, there's a lot more to this, and shortly there'll be a page up on Aunt Martha's website, auntmartha.co.uk, that will give you even more information. But please, tell everyone, especially if you happen to be part of a tea company and you'd like to get involved, even better. And further along the line, and there will be postings on my Lady Nadine channel, Facebook, and on our website of how things are progressing. So it means with every cup of tea you drink, and just simply visiting my restaurant, you're helping. Every cup of tea you drink with me, every person you share this to, we can get this done. Thank you for listening. Please, please, get this to everyone. Share it around. Tell people. And then we can make something amazing happen. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Cheers.